Okay, here we go.
All right, there we go.
24-25 Upper Deck Extended Series Hockey Hobby 12-box case, 32 spot random team break. Number 2. Stoop is here in the background. I called him handsome. I don't know if he answered in chat.
Have a great night, Stoop.
We got Andrew with a spot, Annabelle M with a spot, Connor K with a spot, Danica S with 2, Dennis L with 1, DW with 3, Elliot C with 1, James Q with 1, Jason E with 2, Joshua K with 1, Leonard R with 1, Matthew D with 2, Matthew T with 1, Michael S with 1, Michael Z with 1, Michael I with 2, Philip C with 1, Robert T with 2, Sam S with 1, Scotty R with 2, Tim M with 3, and ZRP with 1. You know the drill. We go teams first. Bring it on over to randomizer. We roll those dice 7 times. I like that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bruins on top. Canadians on the bottom. You guys next. Roll the dice as we always do. 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Andrea on top. Michael Z on the bottom. Not changing anything, guys. Just putting this in alphabetical order so I can read the teams, find them better when we're ripping. Elliot C with the Ducks, Andrea with the Bruins, Josh K with the Sabres, Danica S with the Flames, Tim M with the Hurricanes and Blackhawks, Matthew D with the Avalanche, Jason E with the Blue Jackets, Matthew T with the Stars, Connor K with the Red Wings, DW with the Oilers, Michael I with the Panthers, Scotty R with the Kings, Matthew D with the Wild, Michael Z with the Canadians, ZRB with the Preds, Philip C with the Devils, Jason E with the Islanders, Michael I with the Rangers, Leonard R with the Senators, James Q with the Flyers, Dennis L with the Penguins, Scotty R with the Sharks, Robert T with the Kraken and Blues, DW with the Lightning, Annabelle with the Leafs, Danica S with the with Utah, Tim M with the Canucks, Michael S with the Golden Knights, DW with the Capitals, and Sam S with the Jets. Here we go.
Let's go. I'm pumped. Let's get
This
it.
thing is heavy. Remember, no vet base.
Isn't that a sight to behold?
Let's move this out of the way so I don't crush anything. Oh, man, it's heavy. No, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it this way. There is 4. There is 8. And there is 12. That box is very empty. Put it where you guys can see it.
That's what a mountain of Ovi.
Yes.
Mount Ovechkin.
All right, let's get right into it.
Let's get it.
Zoom out just a tad.
Let's go. Good luck, everybody.
Probably gonna super. I'll super rip the first one. The thing is, if we pull that Ovi, I feel like we'll know because
Yeah, I
it's
know.
encased, right?
Yes, you'll be able to feel it in the pack.
Unless it's one card. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true. It's just a one-card pack.
In which case, then I'll definitely know if I'm super ripping it. Or it's not encased. I feel like it would be encased.
It looked like it was in the photo.
You don't not.
I feel like it would also make
You
sense.
don't not encase something like that. I
I know.
feel.
I feel like they'd have to.
No peeking, John.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm staring at Luca in the corner.
Obviously. or make it a redemption. That would be funny if it wasn't even in here. Actually. All right, let's see. There is Michkov straight out the gate.
There we go.
We'll hit there for Philly. James Q. That is on the dimensions. There is Fedor Shvechkov on the silver skates. Frank Clark on the UD canvas. There is Cutter Gauthier on the rookie reflections. There is our first Young Gun, Ty Fellhaber. We'll do nothing, sleeve, top, I guess. Pasternak on the Beehive. Bouchard and Fox on the checklist. There is Maverick Bork on the dimensions. And there is Will Smith on the future impact.
Go.
Nice. For San Jose, that is Scotty R. Shesterkin on the canvas.
I mean, Anthony always said Maverick Bork sounds like just a hockey player. You have that
There
name, you're
is,
born to play hockey.
There is Lane Hudson on the future impact.
There you go.
Oh, there is the Oracles. Cutter Gauthier. There we go. On the purple Oracles.
That's sick.
That is awesome. Going to Anaheim. That is Elliott C.
Let's go.
That is sick. That is what I said. I said it would be my favorite one. There is Mitch Marner on the Encore. There is to 250. There is Isaac Lundstrom for the Ducks. Elliott C. There is Nathan Laguerre on our Young Gun. Pros and prospects. There is Bobrovsky. There is Silver Skates of Zibanejad. And how about another Oracles? Connor Bedard.
Woo!
That one's clean. That might be my favorite insert I've ever seen, ever. Stan Coven on the Beehive.
I like how it looks like a playing card
Yeah.
almost.
There is Mikko Rantanen on the pros and prospects. That just looked a bit different. I don't know. I thought that was something different. And there is Will Smith. And there is Trevor Zegras on the Dazzlers. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Make sure I don't have to go back through and look just to be sure. I'm liking box one so far, John.
We're doing good so far.
There is Suzuki on the silver skates. McTavish on the prospects. There is Swayman on the canvas. There is Brendan Brisson on the triple dimension. Wallstedt. There is Lindholm.
I mean, we knew it was going to be good once a brick and
Yeah.
mortar break.
True. There is Cutter Gauthier to $9.99 on the rookie Brio. Anaheim have a break. Elliott C.
go.
What a break. And there is Grands on the Young Guns. Do both those top.
And any numbered out of extended series is nice.
Let's end off this last stack here for box one. There is Philip Forsberg on the future impact. There is Encore Connor McDavid. Lindholm on the canvas. There is Toffoli on the black and white canvas. And Nathan Klerman on the Young Gun. Gautier on the pros and prospects. Nice. And that will do it for box number one.
Pretty good first box.
Very good first box, I think. Let me know if you are watching live, please. Anyone that's in the break.
We love it when people in the break are watching live.
Yeah, we might make it worth your while. Would you say that, John?
I think that I can say that.
Yeah.
We just might.
You wanna, while I'm doing this, take a quick peek through these?
Yeah, I got you.
Jason E is here. That's what I like to hear. Let's get some Blue Jackets. Or some Islanders. You got the Jets. All right. All right, Chewy. A sermon from Deacon John.
I mean, that might just have to happen.
Yeah.
If we get a really big hit,
Yeah.
dude.
Sam S sounds good. Let's get some Jets. Would like either or. All right. John, you got your holy water this time? They want to know. People want to know. You got the holy water on you?
And you know, we got our David Adams water bottle.
There is Connor Geeky on the Future Impact. Let me get that better. There is Maverick Bork. Brad Marchand on the Encore. Am I upside down now? There is Jesper Bratt on the Silver Skates. There is Sebastian Aho on the Oracles. Carolina. That is Tim M. Pasternak on the Prospects. What the heck is that? There is Will Smith on the
There we go.
Dimensions.
You know, dude,
Crosby on the Skates.
I might just have to sing if we get a big hit.
There is Stamkos on the canvas. That's a sick looking canvas. I like that.
That's sick.
Going to Nashville. That is ZRP. There is Chris Kreider on the Gold Beehive. Going to the Rangers. That is Michael I. There is Draisaitl on the Blue Dazzlers. Okay, these are all over the place. There is Jack Hughes on the Future Impact. There is Owen Pickering on the Young Gun. Hedman on the Outburst. There is Ovi on the Silver Skates.
There we go.
Lissel on the Prospects. There is Dylan Cousins, no longer with the Sabres, on the canvas. There is Macklin Celebrini on the
Ooh.
Oracles. Nice.
That is sick.
That is awesome. Scotty R. There is Isaiah George. How about Will Smith on the
There we
Beehive?
go. Another Shark. Shark's doing well.
I didn't miss any in that first stack.
Nope.
Okay, cool. There is Jonathan Leckermacky on the Dimensions. There
That's a tough
is Will Smith on the Rookie
we go.
Reflections. Larson on the canvas. How about Will Smith on the Dimensions again? And Will Smith on the Silver Skates. Ooh, look at that canvas. That is clean. For the Sharks also.
That might be one of the sickest
Yeah.
canvases I've seen. That's so cool.
Which rookies do the Canadians have in this? Is it? That's not Lane Hudson, is it?
Like, no, Lane Hudson
Was last year?
Last year, right?
Let's take a quick peek. No. Lane Hudson and Slavkovsky.
Oh, there we go.
I think Lane Hudson and you're Slavkovsky. There is Shakir Mahmoud-Aline on the reflections. McKinnon. Uyghur on the canvas. There is, dude, again, Olin Zellweger to $4.99. Anaheim is
go.
having a break.
Go
Elliot C.
Ducks. Elliot.
There is Michkov. Nice. And Stankoven. Last little stack here of box 2.
No, I think you're right, Chewy.
There is checklist. There is Brad Lambert on the reflections. There is Anze Kopitar on the Oracles for the Kings. Scotty R. And that is going to do it for that one. I just want to see the OV buyback. Is that too much to ask for? Is that too much to ask?
I don't think so.
I want to get it for
gotta see
DW.
it. No, I think we're due for a brick and mortar nuke.
Yeah. I must say, I owe you one. I'm so glad you're here because this would be.
Dude, I got you.
Can you imagine if I was here alone?
Oh, it'd be horrible.
Yeah. Yes, Lane Hudson, 10 speed. He's not a goalie though. It says that he's a rookie this year.
I gotta back up my tag team partner.
I'd like to see an auto in this case as well. I think that'd be nice. You can get autos in this, can't you?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think there was any autos in Series 2. I'm not sure about extended.
Okay. Here we go. There is Philip Forsberg on the Future Impact. I'm not entirely sure, too. There is Fabian Lysell. Nazar on the Pros and Prospects. Nice. There is Cutter Gauthier on the Rookie Reflections. Evgeny Malkin on the Oracles. And Jack Hughes on the Beehive. There is Macklin Celebrini.
There we go.
Nice. We did get his
There he
Oracles too, which is wild. There is Darlene on the Dazzlers. Regional hit. It's required before you get anything big. There is Philip Forsberg to 333 on the Future Impact going to Nashville. ZRP.
Now we got the regional hit. Now the
There is
floodgates are
Juha
open.
Jaska on the Young Gun. Hoffman on the Pros and Prospects. There is Olin Zellweger on the Rookie Reflections. Connor McDavid on the Oracles.
There we go.
Nice.
Hope he
DW
gets
there.
his first ring.
So do I. Matthews. There is Will Smith on the Future Impact. Trent Miner on the Young Gun. Brady Tkachuk on the Outburst. There is Banjet on the Silver Skates again. Second one we got. There's Matthews on the Beehive. Korchinski on the Canvas. There is Svechkov on the Silver Skates. Encore, Kaprizov, and Rupa Hintz on the Canvas. There is Kevin Hayes on the UD canvas, black and white. There's Brad Lambert. Ovi on the encore. There is JJ Moser to 100.
There we go, exclusive. Let's go.
Going to Tampa, that is DW. Leon Bischel on the Young Guns. Bobrovsky on the Pros and Prospects. There is Connor Geeky on the Dimensions. There is Brandon Brisson on the Dimensions. Maybe those reflections, excuse me. Brady on the UD canvas. There is Lane Hudson. There you go, 10 speed. Told you he was in here. That is on the Dimensions. And Lane Hudson on the Future Impact as well. Draisaitl on the UD canvas All-Stars. And that is box number 3. It's there for you. There is Zach Hyman on the Silver Skates. Will Smith on the Young Gun. Macklin on the Pros and Prospects. Nice. There is Brady Tkachuk on the Silver Skates. Jonathan Huberdeau on the Oracles. Victor Hedman on the Beehive. There is Rookie Reflections, Macklin Celebrini. San Jose having a good break. There's Jack Hughes on the Oracles. Thatcher Demko on the Beehive. There is Jesper Wallstedt on the Dimensions. Jack Eichel on the Future Impact. And Chandler Stevenson on the canvas. There is Jake Gensel on the Gold Pros and Prospects. There is Brendan Brisson and Connor Geeky on the Blue Dazzlers. There is Noah Dobson on the Silver Skates. R2 Heary on the Young Guns. And Nick Robertson on the Silver Outburst. There is Clayton Keller on the Future Impact for Utah. Cutter Gauthier on the Encore rookie. And Dustin Wolf on the UD canvas. There is Lane Hudson on the Rookie Reflections. Logan Stankoven on the Encore. And Lehkonen on the canvas. There is Shesterkin on the Oracles. Pickering on the rookie there. Pedersen on the Pros and Prospects. There is Premier's Lane Hudson,
There we
level
go.
2 to 499. 10 speed. I told you he's in there.
10 speed, let's go.
There you go. That is very nice. Official on the Young Gun. Will Smith on the Pros and Prospects. There is McGroarty on the Dimensions. There is Macklin on the Future Impact. Casa on the Canvas. There is Macklin on the Dimensions again. And Mitchkov on the Silver Skates.
There we
Nice.
go. Nice back-to-back there.
Duchesne on the Canvas. And checklist there. That is going to do it for box number 4. 4 boxes in. How do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good.
I like
We
it
can see
so
some
far.
nice hits. And
I like it a lot.
I'm really enjoying all these inserts. I'm in on extended series.
I'm in on Oracles, dude. I'm in on the Oracles
They're
insert.
sick.
That might be my favorite insert ever. It reminds me of the case hit in baseball, you know, the aces.
Oh, the all aces.
Yeah.
And I like how it feels a lot like update in baseball. Like we're seeing a lot of the rookies.
Yes. But we still need the Young Guns. Still need a Macklin Young Gun, a Mitchkov Young Gun. Still need an OV encased auto. You know, nothing crazy.
I mean, we still got boxes left to go.
We're not even halfway through yet.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett would say. What I think we need to see, though, is a 1-of-1 Young Gun. Are you down for that?
I'm more than down for that. And we need to see that Ovechkin auto so that one of us gets super kicked.
Yes. Into a garbage can. Here we go. There is Fantilli on the Silver Skates. Samuel Hellenis. There is Macklin on the Beehive. There is Bradley Nadeau on the Rookie Reflections. There is Macklin on the Oracles.
There we go.
Nice.
Another one.
Scotty, nice. There is Lane Hudson on the Encore.
San Jose having a break.
Yeah, seriously. There is Brad Marchand at 250 on the Silver
Let's
Skates.
go. Little Broadway Brad.
Helga Grans on the Young Guns. Sid on the Pros and Prospects. There is Connor Geeky on the Gold. Had to step away. Any Jets by chance? I don't remember. Brennan Othman.
No, I
There is Montour.
don't think we've had any big Jets hits yet.
No. There is Braden Point on the Silver Skates. Lucas Raymond on the Oracles. Sid on the Beehive.
I think I'm with you. These Oracles are some of my
There-
favorite inserts.
Oh, jeez. There is Frank Nazar on the Future Impact. Matthews on the Encore. Grans on the Canvas. There is Zachary Leheroux for Nashville.
Nice pronunciation.
Mitchkov, there we go.
There he is.
There is a
There's
jet
a jet.
on the Silver Outburst I follow.
There we go.
There is Mr. Connor McDavid on the Oracles. Eric Portillo on the Young Gun. And Lane Hudson on the Pros and Prospects. There is McDavid on the Future Impact. Dylan Larkin. Zadorov. Scotty R here. Oh yeah, you're just tuning in now with your Sharks? Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
You've been doing pretty well.
Yeah. There is to 500 Wrecker McGroarty for Pittsburgh. Dennis L.
There we go. That's a nice one.
Rakoian on the Young Guns. Casa on the Beehive.
Yeah, Sharks have been doing well so far.
Of course, Chewy. There is Mitchkov on the Dimensions. Lucas Raymond on the Skates. Marshall Salt on the Canvas. There is Will Smith. And Logan Stankoven on the Rookie Reflections with Montenbolt on the Canvas. Oh, almost lost them all. I might have cried, John. I might have cried.
Yeah, we might have to check these later so I can keep up with.
That's fine. I'll check those myself. Up to what did you check? You haven't checked any of that then?
These are checked.
Those two?
Those are not checked.
All
Yeah,
right.
these two are checked.
Well then, let me take these. Check for number as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that was not base pulled out.
But yeah, Scotty, I think you're doing quite well for. Was that one spot, two spot Magic? What other team do you have? The Kings. Okay, you did get a Kopitar Oracles. That's all. That's the only King non-base that I remember seeing.
Lots of nice Sharks so far. Doing 2 Celebrini Oracles.
Yeah.
Will Smith Young Gun as well.
Yeah, I really like the Oracles. I was saying before we started, I thought they were shorter print, but I'm not even mad that they aren't, because screw it, everyone should get one.
And I might need to pick some up for my PC.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, really don't have any hockey cards. I think.
I haven't gotten hockey cards since I was really little. Hockey cards is what got me into sports cards, just because they're easy to get
Yep.
and cheaper than basketball and football.
I think I'm gonna pick some up for my PC recently. I've been really loving Metal. I'm gonna pick some cards from Metal. Probably gonna pick up some of these Oracles.
There is Lekaramaki. There is Will Smith and Lekaramaki on the dual Young Gun checklist. There's Clayton Keller on the pros and prospects. Macklin can't. We'll do our best. There is Pedersen on the impact. There is Shesterkin on the Oracles. Bedard on the prospects.
Also,
There. Oh, Day with the Cup. Let's go. Day with the Cup. Steven Lorentz for the
That's
Panthers.
awesome.
That is Michael I. That is rare. That's one
That's
of the 2,000 packs, I think. Day
There we
with the
go.
Cup. Michael I. Rucker McGroarty. There goes another rook for you there. There is McDavid on the gold Beehive. That is clean.
good box.
Matt Yachuk on the Young Guns. There is Markstrom on the Blue Dazzlers. Oh, for sure, Gore. Ovi on the Oracles would look sick. I hope we see one. There is Sid on the Silver Skates. There is Mason McTavish on the Oracles. Lafreniere. There is Logan Malou on the Rookie Reflections. Owen Pickering on the Young Gun. And Brady Skej on the Silver Outburst. Pardon my definite mispronunciation. There is Kucherov on the Future Impact. There is Forsberg on the Beehive. Yeah, this box is
That's
fire.
a really good box.
Allmark on the canvas. There is Rupa Hintz on the Silver Skates. Suzuki on the Beehive. Tage on the UD canvas. Your regional hit. There is Broberg on the
There we
acetate
go.
for St. Louis. That is Robert T. Logan Malou on the draft. Stankos on the encore. There is Brady Tkachuk to 250 for Ottawa. Leonard R. on the deluxe to 250. There's Connor Geeky. Nice. Kucherov. There is Lekkerimäki. Stankoven on the Silver Skates. Brett Berard on the UD Canvas Young Guns for the Rangers. That is Michael I. There is Frank Nazar and Mark Stone on the Silver Skates with Arbor Xhekaj on the canvas. You need to see something crazy in this box, John. What do you think?
I'm feeling it.
What are you feeling? You feeling a number 100 or less?
I think that's exactly what I'm feeling
Okay.
right now. 100 or less, even something crazier than that.
Okay. I like the way you think.
I think by the end of this case, we're gonna see something insane.
You think maybe we see something numbered to 8?
I mean, we could.
Every time I open these packs, I'm just hoping that
Just
it's
hoping for
it's
it.
one card and it's encased and it's beautiful.
Let's manifest it.
I'm trying, dude. You blessed the wrong box.
Or, gotta put the blessing on
Yeah.
all the boxes. We're touching all of them at once.
All right.
Let's keep
Oh,
it going.
there is a Sebastian Cassian. I'm gonna pull that off the top because I just showed everything what's going on. So, and a Josh Morrissey. My apologies there, folks. There is McAvoy and Mo Sider. There is Seth Jarvis on the Silver Skates. Jesper Wallstedt on the draft day. Crosby on the encore. There is Zach Dean on the rookie reflections. There is Jack Eichel on the Oracles for Vegas. That is Michael S. And to 100, Nick Robertson for the Maple
There we
Leafs.
go.
We
called
did call it
We called it.
for the Maple Leafs. Annabelle M. That is Diver. 14 of 100. Nice. There is Cutter Gauthier on the gold Beehive.
Yeah, go out there. No problem.
Nice. There is Michael Grebenkin and Mitchkov on the blue Dazzlers.
There we go.
Let's keep it hot in here. Let's keep this box hot. There is Jesper Wallstedt and Jet Luchenko on the Oracles with Kaneki on the encore. There is Kopitar on the Future Impact. Olin Zellweger on the pros and prospects, and Pareko on the canvas. There is Kachuk on the future impact. How about Cutter Gaudier on the... Jeez, it confused me because he's in the Flyers uniform, but it is for the Ducks, of course. Macklin Celebrini
There we
on
go.
the silver outburst.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's such a good...
Man.
Look at that. That's a really... That
That's
picture's
so
popping,
nice.
dude. That is
That's
so
such
clean.
a sick card.
Scotty, have a break. Have a break, my friend. There is Matt Rempe. 2/300. Clerman. Jason Robertson.
Man, what do we say? This box is
I
heavy.
mean, are we surprised? There is Cutter on the silver skates. Michkov on the pros and prospects, and Letang on the canvas. Ooh, there is Michkov on the acetate. Oh, man, that is sick. That is sick. James Q with the Michkov acetate clear
What a
cut. That
box.
is sick. Sick. Was she doubting your ability to pull some heat today, Gore? Last stack here. Exactly, Sponge. I forgot you're a there's Connor Bedard on the silver skates. Datsuk on the canvas. Forgot you're a Philly guy. There is Zellweger on the dimensions. And Michkov on the rookie reflections with Sad on the canvas. Guys, we're over halfway here. Lots of heat. Let's keep bringing
the
it.
boxes just keep getting better.
They do.
Oh, look at this. Nice, fellas.
No,
Good night.
See you guys tomorrow.
This is box number 8, guys. Huh, heck yeah. Well, you got pretty much the best thing, team you could ask for. And at a pretty good value. There is Trent Miner on the black and white UD Canvas Young Guns. Svechkov on the draft. Macklin on the encore. There is Bradley Nadeau. Owen Power on the silver skates, and Jesper Bratt on the canvas. There is Will Smith on the draft. Quinn Hughes. There is Liam Ogren on the reflections. Fedor Svechkov on the Young Guns. And Matt Chuck. There is Kadri on the skates and Mo Sider on the Oracles with Brendan Brisson on the prospects. There is Will Smith on the gold encore.
Woo.
I mean, Scotty,
Scotty.
you have to be stopped. Max Sasson. There
What
is
a
Sam
break.
Reinhart on the Blue Dazzlers. There is Darlene on the Future Impact. Austin Matthews on the Oracles. Stutzla. There is Stamkos on the skates. Nazar on the Encore. There is Brendan Gallagher on the canvas. There is Matt Rempe on the Reflections. Isaiah George on the Young Gun. And Kiefer Sherwood on the Silver Outburst. There is Mo Sider on the Future Impact. Malkin, Theodore. To 100, there is Carl Vejmelka on the UD exclusive 71 of 100 for Utah. Danica S. Nice hit. There is Maverick Bork. Liam Ogren. There is Maverick Bork again. Malkin. Dougie Hamilton on the canvas. Four boxes left, guys. Excellent break. Thanks for hanging out with us. You know what we haven't seen in a while? The trilogy premieres.
No, you're right.
We saw 3 in the first 3 boxes, I think.
I think we're doing this
We had
box.
two Zellwegers and a Lane Hudson. So let's just get a Macklin Celebrini one. How about
Come on.
that?
See one right here. Was your first break, Chewy? That's awesome.
Chewy, I think that might... I don't know if that's supposed to happen. I don't know if the Sharks are supposed to go that hard. There is McGroarty. Kaprizov on the Blue Dazzlers. Oh, you got Detroit? Let's go. There is Cale Makar on the Future Impact. Lucas Raymond on the Encore. Thomas Hurdle on the canvas. There is Bradley Nadeau to 500 for the Hurricanes. Tim M. Svechkov on the Young Guns. Maverick Bork on the Prospects. I missed that. There is Quinn Hughes on the Silver Skates. Justin Hiraquayan on the Young Guns. Bobrovsky on the Silver Outburst. Well, didn't mean to do that. There is Patrick Maroon on the Clear Cut. Brennan Hoffman. And Denton Machichuk. There is Connor Geeky. Jonathan Lekaramaki. Thomas Harley on the canvas. There is Samuel Hanzik on the Reflections. Lane Hudson on the Beehive. Adam Wilsby on the canvas. There is Frank Nazar. Cole Caulfield on the Future Impact. Owen Power on the canvas. I like that one too. Look at that with the reflection.
That's sweet.
Dig that one.
Not a regional hit there.
There is Lane Hudson on the Silver Skates. Samuel Hellenius and Barkov on the Beehive.
Some of these hockey names are tough.
Mm-hmm. There is Ian Cole for Utah to 250. Danica. Brett Berard on the Young Gun and Bo on the Encore. There is Josh Doan on the Rookie Reflections and Travis Konechny on the Oracles. There is Owen Tippett on the Silver Skates. Clayton Keller for Utah on the Oracles. Jared McCann on the Prospects. And that will do it for that box. That's what I'm saying. Sharks do not go this hard. And it is right now.
And the Sharks this year are great. They've got 2 of the top rookie chases.
Mm-hmm. John, we're in the home stretch here. How you feeling?
Final 3 boxes, I'm feeling great. I think we're going to see something sick
It's time to pull something wild.
I think we're due. We've seen some really good stuff so far.
Yes.
I think we're going to see something crazy in these last 3 boxes. Sharks for sure having an awesome break.
Mm-hmm.
Happy for you, man.
There is Ovi on the Silver Skates. Sebastian Casa. Mitch Marner. Bouchard on the checklist. There is Will Smith on the Reflections.
There we go.
And William Eklund on the Oracles. With Mason McTavish on the Prospects. There is Leon Bischel on the Gold Prospects, Sebastian Casa, and Robert Thomas on the Blue Dazzlers. Red Outburst incoming? I'd certainly hope.
That would be sick. Let's see a Selly
There
trilogy.
is Connor Geeky to $9.99.
There we go. As I just said,
on the
trilogy.
Level 1 trilogy for Tampa. DW. Chase Bradley and Logan Stankoven. There is Nick Suzuki on the Silver Skates. There is Logan Malou for Montreal on the Oracles. McDavid on the Encore. There is Brad Lambert for Winnipeg. Cutter Gauthier on the Pros. Nugent Hopkins on the canvas. There is Will Smith on the Silver Skates. Frank Nazar on the draft day. And Young Gun Outburst, Silver Outburst, Michael Milne. That was for Minnesota. Matthew D. There is Evgeny Malkin on the Oracles. Jacob Dubes. There is your, yeah, you're right. There is a goalie on Montreal, the Young Gun. Pasternak. There is Geeky on the Future Impact. Kaprizov and Ekblad on the canvas. There is William Carrier to 100 on the UD exclusives for Carolina. That is Tim M. Kel McCarr. There is Cutter Gauthier on the Dimensions. Jack Hughes on the Future. Thomas on the UD canvas. There is Liam Ogren. Jesper Bratt. Christopher Tanev. I like that one too. It's a cool tunnel pick. All right, guys. 2 boxes left here. 2 boxes left to see our guy.
Come on. Let's see it.
You know what I didn't think of? You're gonna have to. You gotta go through and find that. Oh, you kept it out.
Yep,
Perfect.
I kept it right here.
What a guy. That was the only one, right?
Yes.
Any vet ones will go to the player on the left, guys, but the young gun checklist duels will have to random at the end. Look at you, John. You're
Always
such a,
10 steps ahead, Zach.
always 10 steps ahead. Your mind is like a steel trap.
Let's see your red out first.
Oh, don't look.
I didn't see anything.
There is Hanzik on the reflections. Willsby. There is Lekir Maki on the impact. There is Barzal on the Oracles. Lane Hudson on the Beehive. There is Bedard on the Gold Beehive. Kozak on the Young Guns. And Bischel on the Dazzlers. There is Callum Ritchie, level 1 to 999 for Colorado. That is Matthew D. Bolduc on the draft day. Caulfield on the encore. There is Lane Hudson on the silver skates. Matty.
What would your reaction be if you pulled the
I'd scream your name first for you to get in here.
And then
I
he would
don't know.
super
Yeah.
kick me.
Yeah.
Maybe not that, but. So someone said I would put the card down and then just pass out.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
fall backwards
Yeah,
and not forwards.
like
onto the ground.
probably.
I feel like that's one of those
Freeze
cards
up.
that wouldn't be any words, just
Yeah.
choice.
There is Nolan Allen to 499 on the level 2 for Chicago. Tim M. And Liam Ogren on the draft day.
It's like when I was in here with Anthony and he pulled the McDavid Future Watch auto. Like, no words, just
Caulfield
speeches.
on the future impact. There
That would be even crazier than
is Ilya Mitkiev on the silver outburst. There is Owen Tippett on the silver skates. Will Smith on the Beehive. Sasson on the canvas Young Guns. There is Karol Vejmelka on the clear cut for Utah. Marchand on the encore. There is Josh Doan. And Josh Doan again. Vinny Trocheck on the canvas. There is Logan Malou, Quinn Hughes, Ellers. And here we go, guys. We are entering last box. Will we see some last box magic?
Let's see it. Last box magic. Come on.
I would like to see a red outburst.
That would be insane. I'm feeling the last box magic. We're gonna see something in here.
You think so?
I'm feeling it.
I think we're guaranteed a trilogy. I will call my shot on the trilogy.
Okay. We can see a Celebrini trilogy. That would be sick.
That would be nice. Or Smith.
Celebrini or Smith, come on. See that? Let's see a red outburst. Let's see something good in here. Come on. Last box magic.
There is Inala on the Young Gun. Marchenko on the Dazzlers. There is Zellweger on the Reflections. Using the Beehive. There's Wallman on the canvas. I'm trying, Chewy. I'm trying. There is Nadeau Patterson. There is Nathan Clerman on the canvas Young Gun. There is Logan Malou on the level 1 to 999 on the trilogy.
There we go. You called the
I
trilogy.
did. That is going to Michael Z. There is Cutter on the draft day and Kaprizov on the encore. There is Rupa Hintz on the silver skates, Max Sasson, Bedard. There is Stankoven on the silver skates for Teal. There is Askarov on the silver outburst. There is Mark Stone. Kucherov on the Oracles, Suzuki on the Beehive. There is Lekkerimäki, Ovi, and Fleury on the canvas. There is Svechkov, Malou, and Kent Johnson on the canvas. There is Dylan Holloway on the clear cut, and Brendan Brisson with Nazar on the pros and prospects. Last little stack here, guys. There is Swagnificent Rupa Hintz. We've
That's
gotten all the short
awesome.
print cards. That is going
Let's
to
go.
Dallas. Matthew T, would you call him Swagnificent?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Just for the hat alone.
Pickering, Matthews. There is Kucherov and Elias Pettersson on the Oracles.
Check out how his hat
Beehive Matthews.
perfectly matches the shirt and tie.
It does. Because he's Swagnificent.
I would call that swagnificent.
All right, guys, one random to do here. The Lekkerimäki and Will Smith dual Young Guns checklist. Let's waste no time in that. We'll go right here. So, We will randomize Vancouver and San Jose right now. We will do it 6 times. Whatever team is on top after 6, we'll get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is going to San Jose. As if they needed more, John. As if they needed more.
What a break for San Jose.
What a break indeed. We'll leave a little sticky note on that one too. No, thank you, Chewy. Yeah, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for sticking it through. That was a long one. That was about an hour and 15 minutes there, hour and a half really of all the getting into it and stuff like that. We appreciate all of you.
Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you so
you guys so
much.
much.
We'll see you in the next one. If you guys want to do another one, we can get another one going this week, maybe early next week. Yep, Gore, heck of a break, of course. Thank you, and we will see you guys in the next one.